Monte and my co-host Matthew here, and free agency is gotten crazy. And me and Matt were just sitting here talking about how last night we were wondering where Russell Wilson was going to go and where all the running backs that are still currently or were on the market were going to go. And Matt, were you just Matt, were you just saying?
Just a lot of what we said in the first episode actually came true, but we got a couple things wrong, but just slightly close. So, you asked me, will we sign Austin Eckler? I said we could splurge and do a 2-year deal on a rebuild. I could see this new leadership doing $8 million, probably not 12, because I thought the running back market was going to be south of 10 million, but only a couple people got more than 10 million. At the end of the day, a lot of people took 8, but essentially Austin Eckler is going to get 12 million a year for 2 years.
Yep.
But then you said you were going to be okay with the Ravens taking Derrick Henry for 10 million. They're doing 2 years for 12 million each year.
Crazy.
But you basically just lost Patrick Queen. That's it in the process. And I asked you who's going to go, and you said, I don't know. Patrick Queen, that's not a big deal to you, I guess.
No, Patrick Queen was definitely a monster. He definitely had a monster year next to Smith, but I don't know why he went to the rivals. I just don't know why. Him and Geno Smith. Geno Smith got picked up by the Bengals.
Aaron Jones is on the Vikings now.
Yep. So
the next day. How about that?
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
Play him twice a year.
Joe Mixon got traded to the Texans.
But you know what? One thing that jumped out to me the most was Tony Pollard going to the Titans. I immediately thought of DeMarco Murray, who was a Cowboys running back who did the exact thing. He left Dallas to go to Tennessee. He had the exact same skill set. He got like the exact same contract. Will we see the exact same result? I don't know. This has already been done.
Now, do you think the Cowboys weren't trying to sign him or re-sign him, or do you think because they haven't signed anyone really? And
I saw that they got a long snapper. That's it. The whole. I saw that. That's the only thing that they got.
Re-signed their long snapper, and then they lost Dante Fowler to the Commanders.
On Barkley to the Eagles. That one, I think that was heavily anticipated. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. He's the heart and soul of the team in a lot of ways, but that's going to be a too many cooks in the kitchen kind of deal for me, I feel like. Because what's going to happen when they're pounding the ball all day and A.J. Brown starts yelling on the sidelines, throw me the ball, and then they start throwing and it's Devontae, it's Smith, right? Or it's Goddard.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And Saquon also, instead of also running the ball, he also can, receive the ball as well. You can put him in the slot or put him to the outside. So you're right.
Austin Eckler to Washington. They compared Drake May to Justin Herbert, so that makes me kind of want to get Jaden Daniels even more because I don't want to do the same thing the Chargers just did. I want to do something different. Let's go get Jaden Daniels.
Daniels would be hot. Jay Daniels would be hot. I think he's either number 2 or 3 best back in the or quarterback in the draft right now. Me personally, but yeah. So Austin Eckler, do you think that's a good or bad sign, or what do you give that grade?
What's on a 2-year deal, and we're on a rebuild with a lot more money to spend. So worst case scenario, it doesn't work out, and he's gone next year. That's we signed everybody. We signed is like 26 years old on a team friendly deal. So a lot of people with chips on their shoulder who got something to prove. We did sign Dallas's center Tyler Biadasz. He is going to fill up a gap that we need desperately down the middle. The Giants just got Brian Burns from the Panthers, and they got down the other side. That's going to be rough. And then on top of that, you got Michael Parsons and the whole Eagles defense basically, and they just got C.J. Gardner-Johnson today. I think big for.
I don't know where Eagles getting all this money from because I feel like they always grab.
How did they get C.J. I don't understand that one. Like after you sign Saquon, but right now one of the best free agents available is Kendall Fuller. He was our corner last year. I don't think we're signing him, so we'll see. But that was crazy that the Eagles have that money. At the end of the day, DeAndre Swift went to the Bears, so I think that signifies to me that they may be getting a new quarterback because you want to protect that young quarterback with a good running back. You know what I mean? You don't want to have struggle to run, at least.
That's why I was happy that the Ravens picked up Derrick Henry because he not only can run the ball, but he also can block. So that's
Could
great.
take over.
Yep.
But the only thing, Demonte, and I want to hear your opinion on this, that I'm skeptical about this
What?
is that come playoff time when Lamar Jackson wants the ball in his hand, how is Derrick Henry going to help?
Oh no, he's gonna help big time because
Playoffs.
big games, big games. We've seen Derrick Henry do his thing when he's taken over games himself. I think that will just give back up, back Lamar up just a little bit. He ain't got to do too much, and Derrick Henry can help take over in that time. So
No, I hear you, but like the most pivotal drives of the season, though, he's gonna the criticism for Lamar Jackson is that he in playoff time has the ball in his hands too much, and that he's gonna rely on himself rather than calling other people. So I think you can give him a lot of support, but Lamar still needs to step up in a lot of ways. But with this, you literally can't give him any more help. You know what I mean? This has to be what takes him over the top.
oh yeah, this is definitely these next couple years are definitely huge for Lamar and the Ravens. There's a ring somewhere there, but it just hopefully maybe this might help get the Ravens over the hump with Derrick Henry getting
You know,
there.
the Bengals are falling apart. There you go. That's a lot of help right there.
You said what?
The Bengals are falling apart.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to chase him.
Higgins wants a trade. Freaking Joe Mixon's gone. Now they just have Jamar Chase as their top guy, I guess you could say. Or they have Tyler Boyd still. So, but
We picked Russell Wilson to go to the Browns. We wanted him to go in a good situation with a good defense, and he went to the same division. He went to the Steelers, and I told you he'd take a. I said we'll judge his character based on how much money he takes. He took
yeah, you did say that. You said he was already making all that bread, and now he's taking just take. He did take a minimum. He took a minimum deal. He's already making like over 80 million. So yeah, and then also with Kirk, how we were like saying, and
Yeah,
remember
you
I
called that.
said
You called
Kirk,
that one. Okay.
Kirk bought the crib and an ATL, and I didn't think he was gonna get paid like that.
I
I
told
can't.
you he'll go wherever the money
His
is, and I guess
agent,
Atlanta.
right? You did say he's taking the bread. His free agent. I mean, his agent is the truth. That's all I gotta say. His agent, whoever his agent is nice. He's getting bread. His career earnings is crazy. But that team is going to be nice though, because the Falcons almost made the playoffs last year in that crazy division, that weak division. No offense to
But
them.
we'll see. We'll see with Raheem Morris. I mean, I thought it was weird that he was their interim coach. They didn't bring him back. He went elsewhere for a while, and now they're bringing him back as the head coach. So it's a weird thing for me. I don't think they're going to have immediate success. That situation, that could be a Dan Snyder situation right there. We're just going to buy what we need and luck to you, Dan. You know what? And it's the same guy too, Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah, I got you. So they got
There you go. You should be watch what, but he had one playoff win in 12 years. And
yeah,
what did he do with all that money in the Vikings, right? Nothing.
yeah. That's true.
Why would it be different in Atlanta?
Now I want to see how the Vikings do with their draft pick. Now I see
Oh,
they
they might trade Jefferson, man. They might as well just rebuild altogether. What's the point of having, look at Calvin Johnson's career.
yeah,
Even when they brought Matthew Stafford in, he was still unhappy in that rebuild. Do you want to go through that? Even for all the money in the world, do you want to go through that?
right,
Ask Julio Jones what it's like. Ask AJ Green what that's like. They'll tell you those are guys that were top guys within the past decades.
yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins, all those people.
yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I don't know. But this is gonna be interesting. This is definitely gonna be interesting with the rest of the free agency that goes on. Everyone went to their rival teams. Literally, everyone went to their
Yeah.
division rivals. Same.
How do you? But Josh Jacobs to the Packers is a good one too. They're in such a better situation, and Matt LaFleur is such a better coach than he's ever really had. Apart from Nick Saban, basically. So
Yeah,
he's going to be in a better situation to thrive, and he can catch too and thrive. They'll put him in a situation where he can thrive.
yeah,
And Joe Mixon to the Texans is underrated too, I think, because at the end of the day, they just need somebody to run the ball for 4 yards every now and then.
Yeah.
just to give CJ Stroud that, just to make them honest on CJ Stroud.
That's definitely probably the top three best free agent, or not, I guess, so far, everything that's going on in the NFL right now. The best trade, I guess you could say, so far that's happened. I think that's probably the A plus plus trade. Because now that you have like a top notch running back who can run and receive the ball behind CJ Stroud, who's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, that the young guns they got with Nico Collins and Tank Dell, that team's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
That team's gonna be nice.
It is, and CJ Stroud's basically like a lock for 225 yards every game. But back to the Ravens conversation, I used to, always really believe that Lamar would get 40 rushing yards, but that wasn't necessarily guaranteed. He would sometimes get less, but then the days that he got it, he like completely exceeded 40 yards.
Yeah.
So how is the Derrick Henry addition going to affect that prop of him getting 40 yards
Shit, if
rushing?
no one's open, it looks like that's the only time Lamar's gonna be running, if someone's officially not open. But we're also already a run heavy team, so if Henry is rolling, we don't really have to use the arm that much.
Well, Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers are never really locks for 40 yards. I mean, Mark Andrews is a lock for 3 receptions. I know you like that prop, but you like the reception prop. He's a lock for 3 to 4 receptions. I would pick him for 40 yards. But what Zay Flowers is, I would always pick him for 40 yards too. And then there was one like boost or whatever where they were both getting 40 and it didn't happen, but Odell got like 60 that day. I couldn't believe it.
I got you.
But it was, and Odell Beckham, the prop for him to get 25 was always a lot too. Who's your third wide receiver right now with him gone, basically? Who's your wide receiver core? I love Duvernay, but they'll never give him a top spot.
Yeah. So right now, I think it's Duvernay, Flowers. We had Aguilar. It was Odell. Then you also had, oh my gosh, on tip of my damn tongue. What of our receiver? Where's the receiver that we just freaking had? Literally, we just signed. I mean, not just signed him. We have, oh my gosh, we still have Likely.
Yeah, well, I
No,
mean,
tight
I
end.
do so.
Um,
It's always good to have both, right?
I think Likely. Me personally, I think Likely is probably the. Yeah, I think he's up there with Andrews. He stepped up. I mean, I know he's not Andrews, but he still stepped up in the way where, like, you know
You
what.
don't have to know today who's going to be the guy. We still have the draft.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. No,
Ravens could get someone like Xavier Worthy from Texas. That would be crazy.
you're right. Rashad Bateman, that's the third guy that we have right
Dude, that guy from Florida State is projected. Keon Coleman is projected to go pretty like low in the 40s. I don't understand what's going on. I think maybe it's because of his speed, but could he be Mike Evans or could he be Kelvin Benjamin? Who knows? remember that? I'm in the past I've been a big hater of Cam Newton, but I've looked back on his wide receiver core and realized that he really needed to use his legs. Devin Funches, Calvin Benjamin, who could really help him besides Greg Olsen. But I always blamed him for not being a good passer. But that's kind of my worries with Jaden Daniels is because it would really break my heart, man, if Drake May turns out to be like a lot better than Jaden Daniels. You feel me? So we have to do a lot of research still, but with the signings today, I like that our team's improving the offensive line, and I like that we got a good running back to help our rookie quarterback, whoever it may be. And I know you're happy with Derrick Henry because you're
now.
probably knocking on the door of a legitimate Super Bowl
Oh
right
yes,
now. It's going to help Lamar in those pressure situations.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. You have no idea. I'm about to buy his jersey this weekend. I'm
Of
buying,
day.
buying his
What
this weekend.
I think you should get a black one.
Thinking about getting a black one. Thinking about it.
Yeah, to get the
Buying
black one.